Hajj pilgrimage is not determined by the government, but depends mostly on the Saudi authorities and is beyond our control. At this stage, it is difficult to estimate the cost of the Hajj pilgrimage 2022. Honorable Usman Mohammed has requested for a comparison with the 2021 Hajj pilgrimage, but due to COVID-19 pandemic, only citizens and residents of Saudi Arabia were allowed to perform Hajj in 2021. Thus, 2021 is not a year of reference, rather we can refer to 2019. And compared to Hajj pilgrimage 2019, there are indications based on current market figures that the cost would definitely be higher due to several factors beyond our control. These are, inter alia, the increase in value-added tax in Saudi Arabia from 5% to 15% since July 2020. The increase in transportation tax from 1,571 Saudi riyal in 2019 to 1,750 Saudi riyal in 2022. Increase in Qurbani fees from 400 Saudi riyal in 2019 to 1,000 Saudi riyal in 2022, more than 100% increase. Introduction, as from this year, of a mandatory Makkah catering service of around 60 riyal per day per Haji. Increase in the cost of special services for the 5-day Hajj in Mina, Arafat, and Muzdalifah to around 7,000 riyal instead of 2,232 riyal in 2019, more than 300% increase. General increase in cost of airfares and accommodation. And finally, introduction of a Hajj visa fees of amounting to 410 riyal by Saudi authorities. However, Mr. Speaker, sir, as at now, all these costs are subject to confirmation by the Saudi authorities. I personally chaired a meeting yesterday with the chairperson and board members of the ICC to discuss on the pilgrimage and the possible cost implications. A Hajj committee has been set up, which will be co-chaired by myself and my colleague, the Vice Prime Minister, Dr. Hosnu, with the participation of the Senior Advisor to the Prime Minister's Office, Dr. Jumai. The committee will meet this Friday to take stock of the airfares and accommodation and to discuss on other cost implications. Ambassador Sudan will also intervene via video conference during the meetings of the Hajj Committee, and he will ensure coordination with the Saudi authorities and the Mutawafun Foundation. I wish to inform the House that I had a phone conversation with Ambassador Sudan yesterday, who assured me that necessary follow-up were being made with the Saudi authorities. Mr. Speaker, sir, finally, I wish to reassure the House that given the importance that Hajj represents to the Muslim community, as it is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, the government, more particularly the Prime Minister, is not sparing any effort to ensure a better package for our pilgrims. Negotiations will be maintained with the Saudi authorities, et tout cela in the best interest of all the pilgrims, and to ensure that all our pilgrims complete their sacred duty in the best possible conditions.
Thank you, Speaker, sir. I would invite the Honourable Minister to read my question again. Nowhere in the question was mentioned 2019. My question pertains to the last edition where Mauritian attended, which is 2019, the year of reference that he has mentioned in his question. Can I ask the Honourable Minister whether he has taken cognizance of several religious leaders, one of them being Maulana Kodadin, in an article dated 13th of May, titled « L'ICC a failli dans l'organisation du Hajj 2022 », wherein it is mentioned that une personne doit débourser 300 000 roupies au minimum pour accomplir le Hajj cette année. Can I ask the Honourable Minister, being given, according to information that I have, and I do reconcile with the fact that costs have increased, no doubt about that, and across the world, An increase of 40% is being...
Put your question. You've been too long now. Put your question.
An increase of 40% is being felt all over the place.
I told you to put
Can
your
I ask
question?
the Honourable Minister? Yeah, I'm coming. Can I ask the Honourable Minister whether the 40% increment, if we apply it to 2019 version, which is 150K, 150,000 rupees, that the package be finalized to around 200 and 210,000 rupees instead of 300,000 rupees to facilitate people going for this pillar of Islam?
I've just mentioned, Mr. Speaker, sir, that the cost of the Hajj pilgrimage is not determined by the government. So we can speculate for hours and days and weeks. I've just given in my reply all the factors that when you add up determines the cost. There has been increase in airfares, there has been increase in the value-added tax. I've set out all the increases that today will definitely impact on the cost. But we cannot speculate. We cannot just come up with figures and say 300,000. This is not responsible. We are working today. There is a bid which is going to be open on Friday in relation to transportation, airfare. There are operators presently, and some of them are already back from Saudi Arabia. We will get the cost of accommodation from them. So let's wait until we have plus de visibilité sur les coûts, and in a certain manner, we can come up with a package where we have certainty in terms of cost rather than just speculating or coming up with figures which can create misinformation.